Hey guys, and welcome to another Geek Reviews. This week's edition of the Geeks Reviews is going to be of the new White Dwarf, and in particular this little critter here, and these little critters here. As you can see, a lovely new White Dwarf with a lovely new Tyranid creation. As I've said in some of my other videos, that I do play tabletop wargaming and I do play Tyranid. So this review video, I'm going to do a quick review of what I think of the new rules and war gear of the new little bugs are. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some pictures up on the screen of the new creations. As you can see here, we have the Toxicrene here on my, this would be my right, yes, my right, the new Toxicrene here, and the new Maleceptor here. Not 100% sure that's how you pronounce that guy's name, but I'm going to go with Maleceptor, because I know there's an older creation called the Malefactor, which is a transport bug, which we were all hoping that we were actually going to get. But unfortunately GW have decided that we don't need transport, and that we need to foot slog across the battlefield. Sad times. But yes, I'm going to go into review and tell you about each of the creations, each of the little gribbly bugs, and tell you what I think about them, going over the reviews. Going over the rules here, right in front of me, because they've been officially released in the White Dwarf, so they can be used in games, though the model's not released until the 8th, so, yep. So I'm going to start off with the one which I'm not 100% sure on, just because of its rules and what I can do, so I'm not 100% sure on it yet, but I'm going to start off with the Maleceptor. As you can see, it's a new elite choice, which is a 205 points. Got standard Tyranid stat line for weapon skill versus skill 3, strength and toughness 6, wounds 5, initiative 3, and with a leadership 10, and with a 4+ save. 4+ save on a monstrous creature. Yeah, by the way, it's a monstrous creature. 4+ save on a monstrous creature. Come on. Yes, it'll be good against grav guns, because they're not going to be wounding on freeze, so you got a 50% chance of them not wounding you. But it's a 4+ save. A heavy bolter can get through it. I know it's not meant to be a frontline unit, it's meant to be a support unit, because it's... Oh, well, before I go into that, I'll go into the other rules for it. As you can see on the picture, let's take these down now. As you can see on the picture, we have Slithing Tarns. That is the only war gear and biomorphs it has. It doesn't have any access to any of the biomorphs, at least not on these rules. Maybe in the rules that come in the box set, when you buy the box, it may have access to allow it to get to the biomorphs, but at the present moment it has no access to the biomorphs. So that means no regeneration, no toxin sacs, no adrenal glands, no any of that stuff, any of the cool stuff. But let's go through its special rules. It is a Psyker of Mastery Level 2, it is a Shadow in the Warp, and it's a Synapse creature. So basically, it's an overgrown Zoanthrope. It's basically a Zoanthrope and an Exocrine had a baby. That's something you don't want to visualize. But yes, it also has another special rule called Psychic Barrier. Basically, it's a watered down version of the warp field that the Zoanthrope gets. So, which gives it a 5+ invul. So, yay, you have a good save. Basically, you have a demon save. So, but, yes, it also generates its power from the Hive Mind, as to be expected, because we've been locked out of all the big rulebook psychic powers. So, no change, no thing there. But it being a psychic mastery level 2, it is. It's okay. It means you get an additional powers on top of Dominion, because it comes with its own special power. It comes with a power called Psychic Overload, which is a warp charge 2, focused Witchfire. So, for those of you who don't know, to activate this, a normal Witchfire power, you just activate and you do your shooting attack or whatever it is. For a focused Witchfire, you need to activate the power, so you need to at least get the 2 warp charges off that it needs to activate. And to actually hit the target that you want it to hit, you have to get a minimum of 3. So to activate this Witchfire, you need at least 3 free warp charges to go off, and then you can pick off the model you want with a ring. And so yeah, as I say, it's a focus switch fire. It has a 24-inch range, so not bad range. I'll give it that. Pity it's a warp charge too, but you can tell it's a warp charge too from the actual what you have to do for it. The target unit, or what's this? The target must take a leadership test on 3d6. Vehicles are treated as leadership 10, so you can hit vehicles with it, which is a good thing. So if there's like a vehicle over there that you need to take out, you can use this power on it. But if I'll go for the actual rest of the psychic power. If the test has failed, and it is a non-vehicle model, it suffers D3 wounds. So it's good against monstrous creatures. So Wraith Knights, Wraith Lords, Tau with their Riptides, and the two other variants of it, the Ravana and the Yurvara, I think it is, from Forge World. What else would it be good against? Other Tyranid, of course. Multi-wound, any other multi-wound infantry, Ugrin, Bolgrin from Imperial Guard, Orc Nobs, other stuff like that. They basically take D3 wounds, no armor or cover saves allowed, so you can still get involved against it. So if you get really lucky and you hit a warlord, most warlords don't have about 3 wounds if they're not monster creatures, you can potentially kill it if it doesn't have an invul. So good at its bad points, but as well against the vehicles has an extra ability where it can glance a vehicle if it fails it with no cover saves allowed. So if the vehicle has an invul for some particular reason, it gets the same invul, but single glancing hit. I would have expected it to be the same D3 glancing hit, so it has a chance of destroying the vehicle. But perk of this psychic power is you can manifest it 3 times in one psychic phase. So if you do have it if you do happen to have enough warp charges, you can spam it off 3 times and pick off 3 random people. If you happen to have it, get it off and with 3 warp charges to get basically pick off special weapons. You can go, right, I don't want that las cannon, I don't want that plasma cannon, I don't want that melter gun. Manage to use, but to do that you need 9 warp charges to go off, them to fail a leadership test, and also to not deny the witch. And yeah, so for 205 points for toughness 6, strength 6, 5 wound monstrous creature with a 4-up save and a 5-up invul, I'd rather take full zone props. For the points cost, you get 2 additional warp charges, you get warp blast, which is better, 24-inch range, small blast, strength 5 AP 3, or the lance version of it, strength 10 AP 1 or AP 2, yeah, AP 2, 18-inch range. I'd prefer that. 2 zone throw broods, you get more wounds, lower toughness, so they can't get instant death, but you know, you get your 3-up invul, so you're less likely to die. This thing's just going to be picked off. I know it's a support unit, it's meant to be at the back of the swarm, providing extra synapse coverage, extra warp charges, and picking off 1 or 2 things. It's not really meant to be up on the front lines with like the Carnifexes and stuff like that. But again, 205 points. If it was cheaper points wise, I could maybe see a use for it, say maybe 170 points, same as an Toxicrene. I could see a use for it, because then you get a nice tough synapse node that's not going to die easily without concentrated fire. But yeah, as I say, I'm not 100% impressed by this one. I have ordered one of the kits. I will be probably going for the Toxicrene. I'll be explaining why while I go through that reviews, but as I say, with this one, I am not impressed by it. It has some uses, taking on monstrous creature armies, so going against demons, Eldar, or of a Tyranid, or Riptide spam from Tau. It would be good, but against most other armies, I don't see the point in it at the present moment in time. I may find other uses for it eventually. I thought the same with the Haruspecs at the beginning. I thought, oh, what's the point of this close combat bug? We have Carnifexes, which are cheaper. Yeah, it has some cool rules. I didn't really appreciate the rules until I reread them about 6 months later. I was like, okay, I can see the point of that. That can just go into combat and just basically murder things. Okay, so let's actually get to the positive part of this review. The Toxicrene. The Toxicrene, let's bring up its stats, is a heavy support choice for 160 points. Weapon skill, ballistic skill 3, strength 5, toughness 6, 5 wounds, initiative 3, 6 attacks, leadership 8, and a 4-up save. So, standard tier in a stat line, a little bit less on the strength, but you'll understand why when I go through its special rules. Again, 4-up save for a monstrous creature. Not too impressed with that, but got some other cool rules with it. So let's go through its biomorphs and war gear. It has Lash Whip, so its initiative 3 goes to initiative 6, so it is quite a speedy little thing. So, you know, initiative 6 with 6 attacks, or 7 on the charge. Yeah, and it's monster creature, so it's AP 2. But that's not all. It has a Choking Cloud ability, which is a 12-inch range shooting attack, strength 3, AP dash, assault 1, ignores cover, large blast, poison 2+. As you can guess from its name, it's a poison bug, so it has a lot of poison abilities. But yes, 2+. That also has a predatory sentience special rule. When making armor penetration rolls against a vehicle that are open-topped or has already lost 1 or more hull points, this weapon gains armor bane. So strength 3, armor bane. It's not particularly great, but average roll on 2d6 is a 7, so plus 3, strength 10. So you may be able to get some glances or penetrating hits against certain targets, or if it happens to be you going up against a unit that's just deployed from a transport and it happens to hit your thing that you've already done a glancing hit on, say with a psychic power or other shooting. Yeah, it's actually not that bad of an ability, but 12-inch range. I can get it, it's just hooking a cloud out at someone, so it's just basically over to them. 12-inch range. I know most of the Tyranid army is quite short-ranged anyway, but, you know, I'm not 100% impressed with that range, but with it being a large blast, ignores cover, poison 2+, whatever it's going to hit is more than likely going to wound. It has a 1 in 6 chance of not wounding it, even against larger creatures, but with no AP, they still get their armor saves, so it's good. It'll probably be good against weak infantry, Tau fire warriors, flak armored infantry squads from Imperial Guard, orcs, squishy Eldar. But yeah, Marines, you're probably going to get some wounds in there, but not massive amounts. Okay, let's go to its other rules. It has other biomorphs. Sorry, it also has acid blood. So in close combat, if you hurt it, it's going to hurt you if you fail an initiative test. So against like low initiative people, like orcs or say Necrons. Necrons is another one that the cloud would be good against. So if it goes against them, they're quite low initiatives, so they'll be taking strength 5 AP2 hits. That's pretty good against most people will be facing Marines, unfortunately, because everyone plays Marines. Acid Blood, yeah, it's still pretty cool. Toxic Miasma, basically the same thing that the Venomthrope and the Maleceptor has. So once per game, it basically farts and everyone has to take a toughness test or take a wound with no armor or cover saves allowed. No, wait, is it? Are you allowed armor saves? I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while since I've read that rule, but yeah. Okay, let's go into its special rules. It is fearless, so yeah, it's a monstrous creature, so you'd expect it to be fearless, especially being Tyranid, but it's going to be within synapse anyway. Instinctual behaviour, feed, kind of to be expected. You weren't expected to hunt or lurk, because it's designed to get into close combat. Poison 2+. Every single one of its attacks is poisoned. Awesome. So it's strength 5 with poison 2+. So you're wounding on 2s, re-rolling against pretty much everything that's toughness 4. Unfortunately, because you can't get access to adrenal glands, or at least not in this version of it, the version that's in Red Dwarf, you can't get access to adrenal glands, so you can't get +1 strength on the charge. Which is, I don't understand why it wouldn't have access to adrenal glands, because you wanted to have fleet because you wanted to get into close combat, and +1 strength, so anything toughness 5, Nurgle guys, you'll be rerolling to wound against as well. But still, rerolling to wound against strength toughness 4 when you're going at initiative 6 and you're AP 2 because you're a monster creature, and you have 6 attacks, 7 on the charge, you're more than likely going to be hitting on 4s. So, hitting on 4s, 7 attacks, probably about 3 to 4, probably 4 to hit. Wounding on 2s, re-rolling. You're going to get 4 wounds before most things are going to have a chance to strike back. It also has Shrouded, so that's a 5+ cover save, all the time. So unless you get something that ignores cover, which most of them don't have good AP values, I think there's one that I think off the top of my head that's AP 4, apart from like going super heavy level, you're going to be getting a cover save against things, or your armor save, apart from against stuff like heavy flamers and Hellstorm, or no, Inferno cannons, Hellstorm cannons, the things that the Land Redeemer has, or there's a few other things, a Hellhound for instance, basically Imperial stuff. It also has another great special rule, which I love, called Hypertoxin. Any hits inflicted by this model with the poison special rule, everything, including ones caused by choking clouds, so its shooting attack has this, gain the instant death special rule on a roll of a 6. So it's poison 2+ re-rolling with instant death at initiative 6 with 6 attacks. It can go up against a Wraith Knight and happily win. It can just go up against a Wraith Knight and go, hi, I'm going before you, I'm hitting you on 4s, I'm wounding you on 2s, not getting a reroll, but any of them with a 6, you die. And since you have to pay for its invul, you're more than likely going to kill it. Same with Riptides. Going up against them, you just go rip them apart. So, yeah, I really like it. And also the fact that it looks like Cthulhu. It's Cthulhu! Who wouldn't want to worship the Elder Ones? The Old Ones, Ancient Ones, something like that. H.P. Lovecraft. But yes, other review, so going over them, going through the rules and the special rules in the war gear. Out of the two of them, Maleceptor, not overly impressed with, so bye bye. You probably won't be added to my army. Toxicrene, I've already ordered you. I've already ordered you, and you are on order, and yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll be adding him into my army. He can take the place of one of my Carnifexes or my Tyrannifex, just to try out, because, yeah, it's quite a little awesome little thing. Maleceptor, for your points cost and your price, because, you know, the kit's £44. I'd probably go for a Zone Ropes over it. I'm going to be trying to magnetize it so I get both anyway, but if the magnetization fails, I'm going Toxicrene. But yeah, that is my review. If you liked it, like and subscribe. There'll be more like this, because I'm going to be starting to do more random stuff I like. Comment on anything else that you think I've missed, or what if I've got rules interpretation wrongs. Also comment if you think on your opinion of the bugs. As well, if you have anything else that you'd like me to review. I will be going through the rest of this White Dwarf, but yeah, that's the main thing that I got it for, was to get the rules, read them, to see the other things that are getting released, like the Tyrannid dice. I've also ordered some of them. So yes, I have spent £10 on 10 dice. It's £1 a dice, but the Tyrannid ones are cool. Yeah. So yeah, like and subscribe if you like this. there'll be more. I'll be doing a kit review when I get the kit next week. I probably will get that on... comes out on the 8th, it'll probably arrive probably about the 10th or the 11th. So I'll do a kit unboxing. Yeah, and see how easy it is to magnetize. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, which you can't see in either of these two pictures, so let me get rid of these now. Let's see if I can find a better picture of it. That there is a squished Terminator. I quite like that. It's a Blood Angels Terminator. So that kind of goes on to the other thing that I was going to get onto the end of this video, which I'm going to tag on now, is the rumours of the potential Blood Angels Tyranid box set. There's been lots of rumours out there. I hope they're true, because I've heard there's going to be a unique Prime in there. I will be buying it, because I'm hoping that's going to be leading on to a new campaign, and the fact that also Blood Angels are due for their release. Yeah, but yeah, I'll go through next week if any more thing has been released on it. Basically, we'll find out Friday. I'll probably maybe hints in this White Dwarf, as I say. Nice fun cover. But I haven't read it fully yet. I just literally read that and a bit on the paint splatter, and I just accidentally hit a key, so that's a random tone that's going to be in the video. Oh well. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. There will be more.